Let's dive right into something that is literally turning the drone industry completely upside down. Welcome to This Explainer, where today we are unpacking an absolutely mind-blowing, pragmatic disruption from Bangsaen AI Studio. This framework challenges literally everything we've been told about how artificial intelligence should operate in the sky. So let's get right into it. I want to kick things off by asking a pretty provocative question. Are we over-engineering our drones? Because honestly, when you look closely at the architecture we're discussing today, it becomes incredibly obvious that we've all fallen into a massive trap set by hardware companies. We've been led to believe that to have a truly smart drone, we have to buy the latest, greatest, heavily expensive AI chips and strap them right onto the aircraft. But the reality? We are engineering insanely complex, expensive solutions for problems that shouldn't even exist in the commercial space. The developers actually call this the edge computing trap, and it is brilliant. It turns out we're buying into a narrative heavily driven by hardware vendor lock-in. I mean, think about it. Massive tech companies make their billions by selling silicon, right? If they can convince you that your drone absolutely needs a $1,000 high-powered processor on board to function, well, they win. But this obsession is actually a hangover from defense tech paranoia. Military drones need to operate offline in environments where signals are being jammed. But hardware vendors took that extreme military-grade requirement and pushed it onto commercial, smart city drones that are flying in areas with perfect 5G coverage. We are literally paying for military-grade paranoia for civilian-grade tasks. And the true cost of that onboard AI trap? It's staggering. By forcing edge AI onto drones, we are fighting gravity just to lug melting silicon into the sky. Think about how hot your phone gets running a heavy app in the summer sun. Now imagine that powering a flying robot. Because of that heavy processor, your battery life tanks to a pathetic 15 minutes. The chips overheat because they're basically baking in the sky while running intensive neural networks. And worst of all, massive hardware depreciation. You are putting a highly expensive, delicate brain in a high-risk environment. It's just an incredibly inefficient way to solve the problem. But here is where Bangsaen AI Studio drops the absolute hammer on the status quo with a rebellious, elegant solution called Zero Onboard Computing. Instead of playing the hardware game, they just rewrite the rules entirely. They completely eliminate the onboard AI processor. No heavy chips, no massive heat sinks. Instead, they take advantage of something we already have everywhere, the 5G network. They offload all that heavy, complex cognitive processing down to a secure, climate-controlled server room on the ground. So how does that actually work? They use a system called 5G Proxy AI. Instead of trying to compress a tiny, compromised AI model onto a drone, they just stream the raw, zero-latency, high-resolution video straight down to Earth. And waiting on the ground is a massive ground station running a vision language model, or VLM, acting almost like a J.A.R.V.I.S persona. The drone doesn't need to understand what it's seeing. It just needs to show the ground station what it sees. The heavy lifting is done by servers that don't have to worry about battery weight or fighting gravity. Think of it like a biological blueprint, which totally shifts our perspective. Instead of building a massive mechanical brain, a drone really only needs its basic reflexes, which is the flight controller, to maintain balance and avoid immediate obstacles. And it needs eyes, the high-res camera, the 5G transmission, that act as a nervous system, instantly bouncing that raw data down to the true brain living safely on the ground. You are taking a totally standard piece of hardware and giving it genius-level intellect simply by connecting it to a massive ground brain. This actually introduces a fascinating psychological framework, System 1 versus System 2 thinking. You see, the industry wrongly tries to use advanced AI for millisecond System 1 flight control, like dodging branches and keeping the drone level. But large language and vision models aren't built for millisecond reflexes. They are System 2 thinkers. They're built for slower, deeper cognitive understanding. This architecture lets the basic drone hardware handle the fast System 1 reflexes, while the massive VLM on the ground handles the deep System 2 thinking. The underlying philosophy here is just rock solid. Complex cognitive processing should happen on the ground. Detecting a fire or analyzing a plume of smoke from a factory doesn't require a 0.01-second reflex. It requires deep context and understanding. Is that smoke, or is it actually just a low-hanging cloud? The VLM on the ground might take 2 seconds to process that image and send an alert via an API like line messaging. And let's be real here, a 2-second processing time on a massive ground server is infinitely better than a drone crashing out of the sky because its onboard AI chip overheated trying to do the exact same math. Now, I know exactly what the immediate objection from the hardware giants is going to be. They will scream about the single point of failure. They'll say, well, what if the 5G network goes down? What if there's a dead zone? Your drone becomes a useless brick, right? It's the ultimate defense mechanism from an industry desperate to keep selling onboard chips. But this architecture has engineered brilliant counterstrikes to that exact argument. The counterargument essentially comes down to physics. Battery technology has been constrained by fundamental laws of physics and chemistry for a decade. The weight of batteries literally has not meaningfully decreased. But communication networks? They're expanding exponentially through 5G and satellite networks like Starlink. Engineering is all about trade-offs. Would you rather bet your architecture on heavy, stagnant battery chemistry or ride the exponential wave of global network expansion? Betting on the network is a vastly smarter move. But, okay, what about extreme edge cases? What about major disasters where public 5G actually does fail? Well, the architecture accounts for this by instantly pivoting to a mobile command center model. National rescue teams don't rely on public cell towers anyway. The ground station can be linked to a 5G cell on wheels, literally a cowl deployed right from a rescue truck. Imagine a wildfire response. The ground brain simply moves with a disaster response team, totally independent of the public grid, instantly creating a private local network using a Starlink Mini. And even if the drone flies straight into a complete dead zone and totally loses the 5G connection, it doesn't just fall out of the sky. The developers built what they called the spinal cord fail-safe protocol. Remember earlier we said we left the reflexes, the flight controller, on board? If the data link is lost, the drone's spinal cord immediately takes over. It hovers, it climbs an altitude to search for a new signal, and if it still can't connect to the ground brain, it simply initiates an auto-return to base. It survives, perfectly intact, proving this architecture is incredibly resilient. This is what true pragmatic engineering looks like, stripping away the bloated, over-engineered hardware. By moving the processing power to the ground, we unlock cheaper, lighter drones that fly significantly longer, don't overheat, and possess infinitely upgradable intelligence. This is how we actually democratize deep tech, so that every single city can afford advanced environmental surveillance and real-time disaster response without breaking the bank. So I'm going to leave you with this provocative thought as we wrap up today's explainer. Why are we still putting brains in the sky, fighting gravity and battery limits, when the ground is perfectly ready to do all the thinking? Bangsaen AI Studio is proving for sure that the future isn't about heavier drones, it's about smarter networks. Thank you so much for joining me to unpack this incredible architectural shift. It really makes you look at every smart device flying overhead and wonder, what could they achieve if they just dropped the dead weight? Keep questioning the status quo, and I'll see you in the next explainer.
For a decade, the industry sold us a lie. They told us the sky needed heavy brains, overheating chips, and expensive dead weight. They trapped us in the illusion of edge computing. They built flying supercomputers when all the world ever needed were flying eyes. Why force a drone to carry the brain when a simple 5G connection gives it access to an infinite one on the ground?
It's time to stop over-engineering. It's time to cut the dead weight.
5G Proxy AI isn't just a new architecture. It is the end of the hardware trap. The sky belongs to the agile. The intelligence belongs on the ground. Welcome to the true future of autonomous systems. Welcome to Bangsaen AI Studio.